Okay, anyway, welcome back. I was having a kind of a friendly argument with the guys on the Lee Enfield Facebook page, saying the clip only holds 5 rounds. Well, that's the stripper clip. That's the thing that's shaped kind of like a metal stop sign post that holds the bullets by the rim of the cartridge. And so you stick it through this little thing on the top of the bolt slide where it goes down like this with your thumb to push 5 bullets that the military stripper clips held at the time to reload with, because the clip did come out, but is more like for cleaning rather than having extra clips preloaded where you shove it up into the bottom like we do now. And you could with this one if you wanted to. So they kept insisting the clip only holds 5. I know that's wrong because I've been shooting this gun since I was 10 years old. I'm now 61. Do the math. Okay. Winchester Super X. And here's what they look like in 303 British. You can't buy 303 British ammunition new anymore from the usual places like Gander Mountain, Cabela's, gun shops, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, that's what they look like. That's the Winchester Western Super X. That's 10 right there. One. Two. Three. 4. Trying to be careful here. Don't want to nick the primer and blow my hand off. Okay, that's 5. 6. 7. And knock them over, darn. Trim neat about it, but oh no. I mean, 8. Daggone, stop knocking them over. Okay, anyway, that was 8. 9. And 10. So you can't tell me this clip, not the stripper clip, this clip holds 10 shells, because you just saw me pull 10 Winchester Western 300s out of there. 303s, I'm sorry. It's the stripper clip that you load from the top at shaped like a piece of a stop sign post that you slide this part of the rim of the cartridge into, and you carry a pouch full of those until you slap another 5 in there real quick. I don't know why they didn't make them with 10 and where they're staggered like you saw me pull them out of here. You shove them in here, and then as you push more in, it staggers them from here to here, from here to here, from here to here as you push down. But that will hold 10 shots. I just showed you that. So you can't say that they don't hold 10 shots, because that's half a box of 20. So you got 2 clipfuls in there basically. That's a nice looking bullet too. They're old, they're just not as old as these here, marked 1943 D1Z. I polished them with some Never Dull wadding polish because they were completely grody with corrosion and dirt and whatnot soaking onto them all those years. You look right around the base of the neck of the cartridge there, and you can see some of the dirty stuff that's still there. I can't really get off. But anyway, oh, here is the markings on the base. I don't know if y'all can see that. I thought they'd go through the action a lot smoother if you polished that grody crud off of there. That would otherwise make them stick, I think. Slippery metal works better, period. And while I'm about it, it is Sunday and it's our 40th wedding anniversary today. So I've been prepping this morning, making potato salad, and I got a dry rub of chuck roast to put in the barbecue. Put some seafood in a foil pan and barbecue that. You can watch Barbecue Pit Boys. Something about a pirate style seafood barbecue or something. They basically take a metal aluminum pan like you would cook turkey in, or something that you're going to take to a social. Cover with tin foil, cut a stick of butter into pats and about a cup of white wine in there, and seal it up good. Stick it in the barbecue and steam it until that seafood's done. You could even squeeze some lemon and lime over that if you want before you seal it up. It'll all cooked and steamed that in there to where you got a pan with some nice seafood pot liquor in there to go with your seafood and your like steak or chicken or roast beef or whatever. So that you cook 2 cups of rice. I like the parboiled rice. It has a light brown color to it, but it comes out, it's a long grain rice from the Carolinas that comes out white as snow, and you fluff it with a fork once and it's perfect. It's way easier than regular rice. That parboiled Carolina long grain is nice. And there they are. But yeah, I remembered that thing about these Enfield clips. The clip that actually goes in is part of the gun. In other words, holding 10 rounds. Because my father started me on shooting the guns of his that were spoils of war he brought back as a Seabee in the Navy from the Philippines. He traded with other guys and whatnot. And I got to start shooting all those rifles a little bit when I was 8, but more when I was 10 years old. We lived in Pennsylvania in 1966. 114 acres on top of a mountain, and they're huge deer herds, bear, cougar, and turkeys, and the whole 9 yards. Pheasants nesting in the on this big hill behind the house where the logging road went up over into this huge field into the woods. Our land abutted the Allegheny National Forest or Game Reserve, or it's called something like that. But yeah, all the critters come over on our land to eat and bed down. The huge herds of deer. It would remind you of the Indians watching the buffalo back in the 19th century. That's how many deer there were in these herds. Holy Jesus. Big cougar too. Boy, that thing was eating good. But yeah, the pheasants even used to nest on the side of that big hill anyway that was covered with dewberries. A dewberry is just a wee little tiny blackberry kind of thing. They're really good if you can gather enough of them. We used to gather some of those for dessert after we'd go up over the hill with our guns to bag some game to put some meat in the pot for dinner, because Dad was still working at Ford in Cleveland, and here we are, and so far back in the country in Pennsylvania, you passed a little wooden arrow sign that said the boonies an hour ago, A good experience, though. But anyway, that's where I learned to shoot all these old rifles. 303 British, the short Lee Enfield here, you guys have seen. And the Carcano that was used to shoot Kennedy. What a cheap piece of junk that was. The humane weapon is what the name supposedly translated to English from Italian. A German Luger, the real 9mm with the German ammunition, had a nitro wick in there that made it ignite, the shell igniter, something like that. And K98 Mauser, 7mm. And then the later Mausers, 8mm Springfield, that was used for the sniper rifle in Saving Private Ryan. And, and the Japanese rifle from mid-war called an Akasara, 7.7mm. They raised the diameter of the cartridge by mid-war. My father had it rechambered to 757 Remington and put in a Monte Carlo stock. This guy that worked in a pattern shop we knew at Ford Foundry had turned his garage into a gunsmithing shop. He was really good at it. Being a pattern maker, he had to be, you know. But you got that walnut Monte Carlo stock off of him, right-handed, you know, which was typical of the day, for $25. Try that now. And this thing was new. It still needed to have gun oil rubbed into it to bring up that oil furniture kind of shine. And that thing, I remember John Johnson in Sports Afield loaded a 757 Remington Super Express and that rifle, 1-in-9 twist, at 175 grains. And I saw, years later, I finally saw a piece of the film that they shot. It was like 16mm or something. He shot a bull elephant, a full-grown African bull now, in the head. And that thing, even he said, and I had to agree, that thing dropped so fast it looked like it disappeared. It looks like he got hit by a truck. So the thing made a sound on its own. I would have loved to have got my hands on that when Pop died, but I got the short Lee Enfield and I had to fight for that. But it's our anniversary, so I've been chilling and getting ready to barbecue and making side dishes and junk like that. And 40 years is a long time, folks. I've been married longer than I've been single. But what a ride. Raising a daughter and 5 sons. One of them actually wants to hunt, so that's pretty cool. We're going to go out pig hunting in the southern part of Lorain County here in Ohio where we live. They're nesting in was Casey Reservation, Casey. It's west of LaGrange. It's like southwest of me. Good little ride, but man, I gotta get down there and bag a couple of pigs. Cause it's open season, no bag limit with critters like that in this state. So get some pork in the freezer. With I could use any of the guns I've got. I got a Benjamin 25 caliber Magnum air rifle here that smacks hard when you shoot that thing. Whatever that pellet hits, you can hear it smack. That's being a 25 Magnum. That's a 1/4 inch diameter projectile, folks, and it's traveling at no more speed than a 22 pellet out of a Hatsan Striker Edge, something like that. They all have the same action. But that 25 just hits hard. Shoot them in the ear hole, which is midbrain. You shoot them where they say to, between the point at the back of the eye and the ear, which is kind of like up here. You shoot it right here, you're actually getting it, say where the temple would be on a human. You're getting it in the frontal lobes, which might be okay and it might not, but you shoot it in the ear hole, you're getting into midbrain. And depending on the angle, say if you're in a tree stand, and you might even sever the spinal cord while you're at it. Drop his ass like a bad habit. Major face plant. So we'll try that. It's only about $120, $130 for a two-man tree stand, like the other kind with the ladder that's made out of metal, and you got the straps that go around the back of the tree up on that part you sit on with the rail, safety rail in front of you, like a carnival ride or something. So all that in due time when I get a pickup truck to haul all that stuff in with a couple of good sized Yeti coolers. Or just take them over to the meat market, Plansky's meat market in Amherst over here, because he does deer processing station stuff and everything. Drop the pigs off there and have them processed. He can even clean up the intestines to use for sausage casing. That'd be cool. So that's where it's at right now. I'm still working on Pimp My Walker. I got a couple more things I got to buy to install on that, and I'll be showing you those. Rifles are ready. I still need to get the H&N Hornet pellets though, and they went from 24.38 grain on the prototypes to 23.16 grain for the later prototypes, and the ones that come to market are 23.16. So they'll be a little faster than, say, H&N Silver Point or the JSB Exact King 25 or the Pro Magnum. And with that brass point on there, that should get good penetration. So we'll try that on the pigs and see how that works out. I'll be trying to shoot video of that too. So, Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you again.